And our next guest is fascinating because he starts out, and I love this story. Just imagine when you were a child, were you taught not to keep asking questions, not to be persistent. Maybe you heard things like, don't ask me again, you don't know when to stop, do you? Well, if you've ever felt as though you had to shut up and be quiet or not be too loud or not stand out, or that you weren't good enough, or that you had to work really hard not to lose the love or respect of your peers, well, think about it like this. How has that affected your relationship with money and being able to ask for money and being able to ask for more? So how you value your products, your services, and self-worth also get affected. So what if you could start charging 10 times more today with a simple shift in how you present and think of yourself? So Satori Mateu is here. He's a #1 best-selling author of Unshakable Wealth. He's another Publish and Profit graduate. He's creator of Brain Code Activation. He's going to reveal one of his tools that he's used, and one in particular that helped one of his clients go from selling products for $47 and $97 up to $7,500 in only 2 weeks. So I know you're going to enjoy this, and you'll also be able to apply some of his mindset strategies, and you'll also get a copy of his best-selling book. So when we come back, you're going to meet Satori Mateu. All right, we are back. Welcome, my friend. Thanks for being here.
Thank you, man.
All right, so Satori Mateu, tell us a little bit about Unshakable Wealth. Let's start there, and then I want you to tell us that story about how you helped your client go from selling $37 and $97 products up to $7,500, because there's a good nugget in there. But a little bit about Unshakable Wealth.
Yeah, when I wrote Unshakable Wealth, I was thinking about the idea that people have so much worth and so much value, and a lot of times they underestimate and minimize themselves and their product and their service, and they're not charging what they're worth.
Yes.
And I realized the epiphany that I got to is that your net worth is in direct relationship to your self-worth. In other words, if you don't value yourself, if you don't own your value, then you won't charge what you're worth, and you won't get paid what you're worth. And literally, I see this in sales organizations all the time, where they don't. They have poor sales, and it really comes down to the team. They all have their own self-worth issues. There's their lack of confidence, so they don't produce, they don't sell because they're afraid.
Right.
They minimize themselves and put their clients on a pedestal.
And it seems like, just based on the introduction that you have, that so much of that is tied to what we were told at an early age, how we were traumatized, and how we were basically programmed not to stand out, not to show up and be our biggest versions of ourselves. So I'm going to check with everyone who's watching us right now and ask you, based upon giving us some likes and thumbs up, does this relate to you? And again, as usual, post, comment, like, share. If you know anyone who would enjoy this or want to learn more about getting Satori's book. But let's talk about the solution. What was it that you ran through with that client that went from selling those cheap products up to doing $7,500 and really changing the way she's doing business? Yeah. By the way, we're getting a lot of thumbs up here, so that's good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So my client, she's a fitness model and was in the weight loss industry, and she was she was selling great stuff. She had a large following. But when I talked to her, I said, you're really minimizing, devaluing all the great stuff that you're doing. So we put together a program for $7,500, and in less than 20 days, we basically got her up to $75,000, and then just kept scaling from there. But the key thing that really came down to it, and that I see with a lot of celebrities and a lot of thought leaders, is that they live two kind of lives, and they're on one side, they are, feeling like they're a fraud or a fake, or they're not feeling like they can own their value, and then they go out on stage or in front of the camera, and they're all like having to show one facade. So I help them integrate that, so they're owning both sides equally.
Very nice, yeah. And the net result is, like, how long did it take for your client to go from selling the cheap stuff to actually making that leap mentally and being able to just charge more and generate real results?
Yeah, so what we did, basically, we went from packaging, pricing, positioning her in a way that was in the way I saw her. Right? Not that's the way she saw herself.
Right.
And then I take her through a process. Basically, in a couple hours, we were able to shift, and it's a neurological process. It changes the pathway, and so she can actually feel differently in her body, and she can actually deliver her product and service with authenticity and congruency.
Awesome. So you work with private clients. You've got your new book. Where do people learn more, find out more about you, and decide if they want to work with you directly?
Yeah. So the place they can go and get the book, Unshakable Wealth, for free, I'm giving us a gift, is to satorigift.com. I know it says a bit different underneath, but satorigift.com is, I think, it would be the fastest and simplest way to get it.
Okay, fantastic. And you can learn more at satorimateo.com. Of course, we had that link up a moment ago, but man, I want to thank you for sharing your wisdom, and also thank you for being here. It's been great working with you this past week. Yeah. And I'm proud of you for just, again, you're a real implementer. You've been cranking, and if you've enjoyed Satori so far, again, make sure you give them some thumbs up and some smiley faces. Like, share, comment. Don't go anywhere, because I'm going to introduce our next guest.